Hey everyone, this is Kendall from the Bohemian Tarot Girl and Wild Reawakening. This is your tarot reading for the full moon we have in Capricorn today, July 3rd. Remember that this energy is coming to us with that very earthy energy that Capricorn brings, organized, grounded, and it's in opposition to the Cancer sun, which is that watery, intuitive energy that we all have coming. There's some excellent energy for really transforming and changing. So I want to jump into the reading and see what the message we have for the collective here. Remember that, if this reading does not resonate with you, just take the pieces that do and make sure that you're paying attention to what's coming up to you in your intuition as we go through this moon energy. All right, everyone, let's check out these cards here and see what we got. Okay. All right, I'm going to start off up here for the message. And the interesting thing is that we have that Two of Swords. We have this energy of us trying to make a decision. We're unsure. We're stuck in really the murky waters and we're being weighed down by that piece. And so I think a lot of you have been experiencing a lot of energy around unsureness, and you have here paired with the Seven of Wands this you kind of fighting through things. You're making the effort to keep yourself on the path that you've started, and but you're really unsure about the path. And it comes here with the Ten of Swords, which is interesting because that is a lot about an ending. That's really saying that, there might have been some choices that you're unsure about and you've been pushing forward and really struggling and fighting that battle here. But, if you've been struggling and fighting, there's this ending of potential coming here. And we can always think about endings as something, in negative, but it's not necessarily negative. An ending allows us to walk down a new path. It allows us to see some new things. So I think if you are feeling unsure about the path that you're going on, if you're unsure and you feel like you've been really fighting to get yourself in that position of where you need to go, I think you need to be open during this time for those messages that are going to come through. And there might be a message of an ending, but there also is probably going to be messages for a new start. And it's going to be something that, intuitively will come to you. This time with this full moon has a lot of potential for huge, important things coming through. We have this trine with Jupiter that's going to grant you some luck and success. And so I think even if you're experiencing an ending and, this time is really about realigning yourself, right? Realigning yourself, getting your ducks in a row, making sure that you're going where you need to go in order to get yourself on the right path. And I think this is just, heralding this. So, there's been a lot of unsure energy, and I think you just need to trust yourself that if a door closes, another one's going to open. It's going to point you in the direction that you really need to go. We have here sitting in the Knight of Pentacles, and it's reversed. And I read reversals. To me, all cards, you want to look at the positive and the negative side of the card. And that is just, part of the natural cycle in the life. And so whenever I see a card reversed, it gives me extra emphasis on that reversed meaning. We have traditionally the Knight of Pentacles is the knight that sits there and he's looking at his harvest, and he is really making sure what he is sowing and planting is what he needs to really reap and bring into the world. The Knight of Pentacles reversed, though, indicates there's a lot of, stagnation, really sitting back and unsure of where he's going. He is a knight that is not moving forward in the direction that he really wants. And that's the interesting thing here. I think a lot of you probably know and feel this resistance in your life. And so it's important to pay attention to the resistance, and this is really going to probably lead you into these messages here of this resistance that this Knight of Pentacles is experiencing. First off, we have the moon. The moon energy is all about your intuition, and that's that higher soul's calling. And it's interesting that, you know, paired with this card right here, the stagnation, is there's a lot of things underneath the surface right now. There's a lot of things that are being asked of you to pay attention that are probably in your subconscious mind. And I think that's where you need to lean in. You need to lean into the subconscious mind, access your intuition, and see what really comes about. And I think that's what's going to help you transition here into a better energy. We have this Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles is all about the harvest, and it's all about enjoying, you know, and it's paired here with the Queen of Pentacles. So it's all about this wonderful gift. And I think that's important, is that we really have to move forward in a path that aligns with us a little bit better, and it's going to bring us this other gift, this other piece that we not necessarily, I think the problem is a lot of you have been really tied to a path, and you've been wanting to manifest very specific things into your life. And I think if you're looking at the overall large picture, you're going to have success. It's just that it might not be on that path that you really have been focusing in on. And so it's important to let that be open and ever changing as we go through this time. We do have this warning of the Eight of Swords, and I think this is where people are going to trap themselves. We have this energy that is allowing us to really expand and use that luck that Jupiter brings with this moon and this earthy energy that we have with Capricorn. I personally like Capricorn energy. It really allows me to usually create and do a lot of things and get things going in my life. So whenever it comes in, I always feel a little bit boost to really, you know, get things physically going in the physical world. And I think a lot of us are going to have this potential stopping point, and I think it's because of our unsureness. And I would recommend, you know, not to really lock yourself up. Don't, you know, lose this opportunity of this time because you're unwilling to try something new. And I think that is the warning from the Eight of Swords, is really don't hold yourself and lock yourself into a corner because you're not willing to change. And it's important for us to really access this energy of the moon and really connect with our higher self in order to access the information that's really going to make us abundant and very prosperous in this physical world that we live in. So remember that you need to accept that sometimes things come to an end and that there's new openings happening. Don't let that weigh heavy on you. Look for those new openings. Ask your higher self to show you that information as you're going through. All right, everyone. I hope you have a great full moon. Use this energy. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Make sure that the message really resonated with you and that you're connecting to your higher self to receive a little more information about this. All right, everyone. I will see you on the next moon. Thanks again.